welcome everyone. We are back at Baku City Circuit. We just had a restart and my stream broke for a second, but I think we are live now again. And yeah. I'm not exactly sure how long this race is, but I don't think it's too bad. It's gonna be rain at the very end of the race. It's interesting. So we have our two championship rivals at the top two, and our P3 in the championship, who's in contention with the championship. He's in P10. He starts with last. Lost a couple of drivers between qualifying and the race, which is not ideal, but it'll still be a great race. Alright, it's time to go racing. We got 5 lights on, 26 laps, Rosso versus Versengen. And it's lights out, and away we go, but they're not good. Now they're gone. I think Rosso got a pretty good start, way better than Versengen. Poison Death is pointing towards Versengen on the outside. He's trying to go around the outside. I think no, he couldn't get it good. Rosso's ahead of Versengen, the two Mercedes. iCrazy actually trying to go around the outside of Nino, and there's contact. No! Oh my god! What's happened there? AlphaTauri's in the mud. He's hit the McLaren of Frankie Bear, and there's a lot of debris. There's a lot of cars flying around. Penalty for Frankie Bear already. And they've all slowed down. There's a virtual safety car thrown out on track. I don't even know what happened there. Kippo's made up 3 spots. Good George and Favosi are fighting, sort of. I don't even know what happened there. Good George making up spots. I think iCrazy made contact with Nino and just completely went into the area. There's no front wing. Frankie Bear's also front wing. Is that damage for... No. I think everyone else is good except the P9 and P10. The top 4 all stayed the same. Good George made up some positions, as did Kippo. But yeah, good start from Rosso. Virtual safety car neutralizing the pack. Can overtake. You have a delta. And I wonder if anyone's gonna get a drive-through. No, so far not yet. I assume the safety car will expire soon. And it has now. iCrazy has a drive-through penalty. He's in P9 anyways. He's gonna have to serve it, and then, without his front wing, Rosso got an awful virtual safety car restart. Versengen's going to be all over him, as is Poison as a Mercedes. It's going to be a 3-way fight going into turn 1. Versengen, the drag, slipstream, he pulls out to the outside ahead of Rosso, and he takes the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Poison Death, what a slipstream he has behind Rosso. There's still wheel to wheel, as Rosso's going to go try it around the outside of Versengen, but Versengen's got the move done. And Poison Death is still in P3. I think Kippo overtook Favosi there, but it's still Rosso just behind Versengen at the moment. But it's so close between them. Rosso now has a slipstream going down to turn 3. He pulls out to the outside this time, and he tries to go around the outside, but Versengen has the inside line. There's still wheel to wheel as they come out into turn 4. Rosso, he locks up a little bit. He's got the curb. He's got the move done. Versengen locked up, and he has to back out. Poison that's still all over the back of them. Nino falling off a little bit. Rosso gets back the lead of the race. Versengen locked up a little bit and going into turn 4. And that cost them going wide. Into the castle section they go. Good George is really holding up Kippo and Favosi there, as iCrazy had the service drive-through penalty. Yeah, oh, NJC's retired from the session. He's out of the race. Oh, Frankie Bear's got into him. The McLarens have collided here in Baku, and we have a safety car. NJC crashed on his own. Frankie Bear goes right into him, and after a virtual safety car, we have another safety car out on track now. It's double disaster for McLaren, I must say. Frankie Bear going too deep into the corner, hits his own teammate. And this is good for iCrazy. He can get back to the field. I wonder if we're going to have any pit stops coming. Looking at the tires, I haven't even looked at the tires yet. Oh wow, softs for Russell and Good George and iCrazy. Hards for Favosi, but for Sengen and the Mercedes and Kippo all on mediums. Russell looked like he was going to dart in, but he stays out. Everyone looks to be staying out at the moment, except for Favosi and then Ferrari. He pit for hards, and he's going to pit on lap 2. Interesting. Lap 3 now. iCrazy still has... no, he has a service drive-through. Yeah, his service drive-through. He already got his front wing changed. So double disaster for McLaren. Only 8 drivers remain for only 2 laps. Which is crazy. Still a long way to go, especially with the rain coming later. Which is very, very odd to have in a Azerbaijan race. One of the trickiest street tracks on the calendar. Gonna have another layer of challenge. Looks like that's a Mercedes safety car here in Baku. As iCrazy pits comes out, about 30 seconds behind Favosi. Also, he's has fresh mediums now, which is it's actually a good play because he's going to be P7 anyways. So, Poison Death, I think he needs to take some advantage of the top 2. They might trip over each other again. He was all over the back of them, but he couldn't get any opportunity to overtake these top 2 in the championship. Kippo got a pretty good start. He was able to get past the 2 McLarens, Favosi and iCrazy. But he's going to be stuck behind the Red Bull of Good George. Good George always has really good opening lap starts. He's really good at avoiding collisions. And then his pace kind of drops off after that. He's not the quickest guy. But he has decent racecraft. So let's see how he can manage against Kippo. Nino, he has got alright pace. It's not enough to challenge his teammate, as we've seen so far. And he did note earlier in chat he's going to struggle in the rain. Although many people will struggle in the rain, so it's not going to just be just him. So we're going to have, I think, one more lap under the safety car. We have to wait for AlphaTauri to close up to the pack. And then we can get racing once again. Probably to open up lap 5, we'll get racing. Wonder how this is the first of probably many safety cars in this race. We had a virtual. And we see number 29 in the Williams. No points for Williams today in Formula 1. We saw Oliver Bearman in his debut race for Ferrari get P7, which is a very, very great race with limited practice, only FP3, no preparation time. And the obvious Red Bull domination with a 1-2 and Charles Leclerc P3. We haven't really seen one team dominate in the Galaxy division. It's kind of been a 3-way fight between, well, the top 3 in the race right now. Williams, Alpine, and Mercedes. And Nino's points is not going to count as he's a reserve. Which is... or is he? Yeah, he's just a reserve, so... they won't count. Kippo's also will not count for Williams because he's a reserve, which is a rule that I believe should not be. I think reserves should count for your constructors' points, but that will be a talking point for next season. Season 5 and onwards. And we're all caught up to the pack. I would think that the safety car would come in this lap, but you never know what's going on in the steward's brains. Back in the paddock. Very interesting specimens, I must say. And I think as we approach the 3rd sector now, yep, safety car in this lap. Safety car will peel off into the pits. Russell can take as much time as he needs to. ahead of Versengen. Rosso with the softs. He's going to have the advantage for now, but later he's going to have to pit earlier on. I think, I don't know, I crazy overtook Favosi for a minute. I crazy does have still that drive through penalties, and never mind, he's going to have to pit right away. A lap after the safety car comes in. You can't serve your drive through under the safety car, or you just can't. It won't let you. So he's either going to have to serve the drive through or take a big penalty. So when's this Williams going to go? The safety car's in the pits. There's a long straight, so he has to nail it perfectly. We want to go ahead of Versengen, the championship rival. Two very clean drivers with lots of respect for each other. But the tensions are high. Insane competitors, and he's gone. Oh, that's a lot of wheel spin from Versengen. Rosso got a really good start. Poison that's already peeling alongside the Alpine. He cannot overtake before Favosi's out of this race. I don't know how. Poison that had not overtake before. He's going to go down the inside at turn 1. No, he's going to back out to Versengen. Favosi's, oh, had another safety. Oh my. Okay, we've just had 2 more DNFs. We've had Favosi crash. Oh no, we're no longer safety car. I don't even know what's going on. Kippo's gonna go down the inside of Good George in the Red Bull, and he's got the move done. We've just had Nino in the Mercedes and I Crazy DNF at turn 1, and Favosi DNF on the back straight. We have 5 drivers left, boys. This is not ideal. With only still 21 laps to go. How many are we gonna finish with? Oh my god, this is unbelievable. As we fit for Versengen, try to get closer to Rosso. Kippo has clear air for now, so he needs to... Oh, he's hit the wall and he's lost his end plate. Speaking of the brilliant Welshman. And that is a huge shame for Kippo, who's looking good. Poison Death's all over the back of the Alpine. Just 2 tenths behind him. And he's definitely got pace, Poison Death. He could be a future contender for the championship. He's in P5 at the moment. Provisional P4. And inching closer to Kippo and the top 2 ahead of him. And Poison Death with a huge slipstream down the back straight. And he's got the move done over Versengen. The P2 man in the championship is really falling, but now it's going to go down the inside of Poison Death. I think he's got the move done, but he's going to hang around the outside. He got stuck on the curb a little bit. Versengen, they're still wheel to wheel. Coming out of turn 1 of it into turn 2. Versengen has to back out. Poison Death in the Mercedes is now in P2. He's got a 1.2 gap to Rosso. And he really locked up there. Good George really falling off the pace already. I wonder if we're going to restart this race. Have a red flag and have those 3 drivers who lost their lives during the safety car restart to kind of have a Kimi Räikkönen and Sergio Perez moment back in 2017 at this very track. They DNF'd, but they were able to continue on after the red flag. About a second gap. Poison Death's now in the DRS of Rosso, so Stuffing got pace. Wow, he's actually flying Poison Death at the moment in the Mercedes. I've never seen pace like that coming from him. He's lost DRS though, as Poison Death. Oh, Poison Death is the wall there. Losing time for Singen. So yeah, with just 5 drivers left, only 3 really in the fight. Not an ideal rest of the race. Let's see, for Singen pulling out to the inside on Poison Death. He's got to move down back to the P2 for the Alpine driver, both on mediums. We're trying to catch Rosso's on. That has decent pace in the softs, but kind of working together for now.